Hey, I am here and welcome to the channel again. Thank you to all of my subscribers who continue to watch. I really appreciate you. So today I will be discussing the statue of a black woman that is up in Times Square in New York City. I'm not upset at the statue at all. I'm just not a fan of the statue. I know that a lot of black women are upset at the statue because she's plus size. What I've noticed online is a lot of black women seem to actually hate plus size black women, but that's a whole other topic that I don't really care to discuss. The average woman in America is about a size 14, so again I just don't have a problem with the size. I'm not small myself. I do, however, have a problem with how she's dressed, and I don't like her hands on her hips or her facial expression. In my opinion, she reminds me of a mule, someone who works very hard, takes care of everyone else but doesn't have time to relax. Her facial expressions reminds me of someone who always puts themselves last and is extremely exhausted. I also don't like the hand on the hips, that gives attitude. The way that she's dressed is very frumpy. It looks like she does not have on a bra, and I just don't agree with it. I didn't understand why he couldn't just dress her better in more elegant way. That was really my only problem with the statue. I noticed that a lot of black women are kind of crashing out over it, but from my understanding it's gonna be coming down anyway. From my understanding, the artist is from the UK, he's biracial, he's married to a white woman, and some black women are saying he knew what he was doing when he put up the statue. He deliberately was trying to embarrass black women. I actually agree with that, but he did have another statue in California that was a black woman with braids. She was slim, and from what I've noticed it seems that black women like that one better, but I don't like that one either, simply because when I think of statues, I think of something that should be elegant and something that I should look at and be like wow, and neither one of these statues gives me wow factor. So because the statue in New York State is plus size and the one in California is in shape, I really don't know if he is doing this on purpose or is he just trying to show different archetypes of black women? I honestly hope that he just stops making statues because I'm not a fan of them at all. But what I really wanted to discuss in this video is how I believe that this statue is also a result of black women begging for representation. We beg for representation constantly, online, on television, on the radio, and just throughout media in general. When I was younger, I worked at this financial place. There was this Caucasian woman who would always come in. She was very nice, very friendly. We would chat if she would leave. One day she came in with a Caucasian man that was below average in looks. While I was helping her, I noticed that he was drawing a picture of me. I knew that it was me because he drew my shirt and the flowers and all the designs that I had on my shirt. The way that he drew me was as a monkey. I kept looking down. She noticed and she told him, "What is that? Is that her? She doesn't look like that. She's nice looking." She apologized and she eventually left. I'm telling this story to say that we live in America that is still a patriarchal society, and yes, it is still racist. Other races of men and even sometimes non-black women love to punch down on black women. This also includes black men. I don't think that black women understand that when you beg for representation, you're begging men to represent you. Why would any group of men want to represent black women in a good light when collectively men pick black women to punch down on? When black women beg for representation, guess who will be the main type of men who will be representing us? The type of Caucasian man that drew me as a monkey. Or black men or biracial men who don't even like or care about black women. Ask yourself, as a grown adult black woman, why do you feel the need to beg for representation? I think I understand why we black women beg for representation. I believe that some black women think that if more black women are in movies and TV shows and just generally throughout the media, that will make black men find us more attractive and non-black men will find us more attractive too. I think it all stems back to men. And the thing is, that won't work if certain types of men do not find black women attractive. Having us all in the media, they still probably won't find us any more attractive. I think what some black women want is the promotion that Caucasian women get, and we're not going to get it. But again, that's also pick-me male identified behavior. So you really need to ask yourself as a black woman, why are you begging for representation? And if it has something to do with men, you really need to rethink that. As a black woman in my early 40s, I do not need representation. Now young black girls need representation. They need good representation of other young black girls and black women. But again, that's not going to come from men. The only people that probably will represent us in a decent way are other black women, so why aren't we asking the few black women that are in media to represent us? One of the shows that I absolutely love right now, and I think that it has a lot of different types of black women, is Abbott Elementary. And the writer and the creator is a black woman. Now that is a show that shows good representation and different representations of black women.
Today I'm delighted to celebrate this beautiful sculpture as sounds turn to noise. This sculpture is a symbol of inclusion and a monument to the power of being seen.
Through his work, Thomas J. Price makes it possible for everyday people, especially black men and women who are not often represented in public sculpture, to see themselves reflected in monumental and grand-scale works of art.
Public art aids in celebrating our vibrant history as a port, and also serves to diversify and demonstrate a vision of a future and our commitment to shared equity. I hope people from across San Francisco and the region come to study, celebrate, and discuss as sound turns to noise.
I really hope that black women just simply stop begging for representation in the media. Representation actually starts with you as an individual black woman. You can represent yourself the way that you want to be represented. I will say that some of us black women definitely need to work on ourselves, and not so much of how we look on the outside, but more of how we feel about ourselves on the inside. The whole weight issue is the main reason why I think that a lot of black women don't like this statue. But again, I feel if the statue was the goddess statue, that black woman wouldn't like it either, even though she's dressed nice, but she's still plus size. I even think that if she was a smaller, black woman, dressed, sexy, even some black woman wouldn't like that either. I think we collectively as black women need to work on our self-esteem and our self-love. Let me know what you think about the statue in New York City, the goddess statue. I believe that's a different country, and the statue that was in California, San Francisco to be exact. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.